Good morning class. In last class I taught you two glands, thyroid gland and adrenal gland. And in today's class I will teach you the remaining part of chapter 4, that is only 4 glands are left: the pancreas, ovaries, testes and pituitary gland. So let's start with the pancreas. Pancreas is the gland which is leaf-like. See the structure of pancreas. It is leaf-like structure and it is present between the stomach and intestine. And this is the gland which works both exocrinally and endocrinally. Exocrinally, it secretes pancreatic juice that released to the small intestine, and in small intestine it mixes with the digestive juices and then mixes with the blood. So it do not mix directly into the blood. Pancreatic juice do not mix directly into the blood, so that it works exocrinally. And endocrinally it secretes insulin and glucagon. These two hormones directly released into the blood, so that it is the work of pancreas endocrinally. So insulin in pancreas, a special type of cells are found known as islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans, these special type of cells are responsible for secreting insulin and glucagon in pancreas. And insulin is the hormone which controls the sugar level or glucose level in our body. It converts the extra sugar. Insulin converts the extra sugar or glucose into the glycogen, which is stored in our liver. So that insufficient secretion of insulin causes diabetes in human body. So in diabetic condition, in diabetic condition there is more blood found in blood, and so that the person excrete extra amount of glucose or some amount of glucose in their urine. And the person suffering from diabetes, they after some time they suffers from the heart disease, kidney disease and liver disease. These are the some side effects of insufficient secretion of insulin. So insulin maintains the glucose level in our body. Now the second hormone, glucagon, works just opposite to the insulin. It controls, it converts the glycogen into the glucose. It breaks down the glycogen into the glucose, so that it also, in this way, it also maintains the sugar level in our body. Suppose there is less sugar, we are the person suffering from the low blood sugar. So that type, in that case, glucagon acts as acts very actively, and it converts glucose or glycogen into the glucose, so that in this way it maintains or balance the sugar level or glucose level in our body. This is all about the pancreas. The second gland is the ovary. Ovary is a female reproductive organ, we all know, and it is responsible for producing eggs in female reproductive system. Ovary also secretes, it also acts as an endocrine gland. It secretes two hormones, progesterone and estrogen. And these two hormones are responsible for the development of female reproductive organ in human. And these two hormones are also responsible for preparing the uterus for having the fetus in it, and it also regulates the menstrual cycle in females. This is all about the ovary gland. Now the next is the male reproductive gland, testis. Testis is the male reproductive organ, and it also works as a male reproductive gland. It is responsible for secreting the hormone testosterone. And this hormone is responsible for preparing the male reproductive organ in humans, and it also responsible for producing the sperms in male reproductive organ, and in this way it helps in the process of reproduction. Now the next gland is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is very small sized or like pea-sized gland found in the central part of the human brain, and it is also called master gland. Why it is called master gland? Because it controls all other endocrine glands by its secretion. Means it also secretes some stimulating hormones, and these stimulating hormone controls all other glands like thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, and testes and ovaries. The secretion of these glands controlled by the pituitary gland, so that it is called master gland. And it also secretes its hormone, growth hormone. Growth hormone is responsible for increasing the height of a person. If it is not secretes in sufficient amount, then the person suffering from dwarfism, and dwarfism leads to the smaller in height of the person. Insufficient secretion leads to dwarfism. Dwarfism means the person suffering from dwarfism or insufficient secretion of growth hormone. They are not increasing in height, they are very small in size, and sufficient more secretion of growth hormone leads to the gigantism in a person. Leads to gigantism. A person suffering from gigantism having much taller height as compared to the normal height, and it is due to the more secretion of growth hormone. And in spite of secreting growth hormone, it also secretes some stimulating hormone, and so that it is called master gland. The first stimulating hormone is thyroid stimulating hormone. In short, it is known as TSH. T stands for thyroid, S stands for stimulating, and H for hormone. In this way, the question also comes, write the full form of TSH. FSH. In this way you have to answer. TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone, and this hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland. By secreting the thyroid stimulating hormone, it controls the secretion of thyroxine by thyroid gland. It controls the secretion or and it also controls to stop the secretion of thyroxine through the thyroid gland by secreting the TSH. In this way, it works master gland as to the thyroid gland. Now the next is the follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone controls the female reproductive organs like ovary. The secretion of ovary controlled by the, or you can say the secretion of progesterone and estrogen controlled by the follicle stimulating hormone, and it is also secreted by the pituitary gland. Now the next is the oxytocin. Oxytocin is also a hormone which is secreted in pregnant women, and it is secreted at the time of delivery in the woman, and it is responsible for the contraction of uterus at the time of delivery. So it is also secreted by the pituitary gland. Now the next is the prolactin. Prolactin hormone is also secreted by the pituitary gland, and it is responsible for the production of milk in females at the time of delivery. And in this way, these are the some stimulating hormone which are whose secretion is controlled by the pituitary gland, and they also control the secretion of other glands. And so in this way, pituitary gland works master gland for all the glands. And in this way, we have completed this unit of chapter 4, and I will give you PDF of this chapter in next class, and also I will start the next unit of this chapter. Till then, thank you.